back with AM Live, and we're here with Mike Green this morning. Hi, Mike. Good to see you.
How you doing? Hey, how you doing?
And you're here with ACART.
ACART.
Tell us what that is.
Amador County Animal Response Team.
Very good.
And this has nothing to do with the county of Amador, or the government, I would say, county government.
We are nested underneath the animal shelter,
Right.
which is nested under the Sheriff's Department. So we are part of the emergency response team for the county of Amador. Our function is to provide shelter for displaced animals during a disaster, which we recently did during the sand fire. And we also work with other counties under a mutual aid agreement. And we're working now with El Dorado County on the King Fire.
And in the sand fire, you had to work with El Dorado County also because they were the primary evacuation center. But didn't they need overflow during our county fair for animals?
It was an interesting, a disaster is always a disaster. There's no amount of planning that can make anything work. What happened was the fire split the area. So you had half the people that were on this side of the fire, which the logical thing was to come to Amador County, half the people on the other side of the fire for El Dorado County. They took the lead in it. We opened up a shelter during the fair, which was exciting in itself. So we opened the animal shelter at the Amador County Fairgrounds and took everybody that was coming in this direction.
Were any animals lost during that fire?
That's domestic animals, no.
That's what I
Livestock,
mean. Yeah, okay.
But what happened was, and we can't stress it enough, in fact, we do information booths at a lot of things. We'll be at the Fiddler's Jam this weekend, and that is planning. You know, we stress it. Have a plan. Even if you live in the city of Jackson, you have to have a plan. Look what just happened to weed, unfortunately, you know?
Oh, look what happened in Napa.
Or in Napa.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
Napa with the earthquake, right.
Yeah.
So what you've got to do is put together a plan. Our thing, because we're in the animal business, is that you go ahead and make information sheets on all your animals. Because you don't know. I mean, you may not be at home when things happen.
You mean like
and
an
be able to load up your
inventory
animal.
sheet, the inventory of all the animals you have?
Inventory of your animals, what they look like, photos, any medications that they have.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we'll receive animals and somebody goes, oh, you know, that he takes such and such, and go, well, we don't have a facility to get that particular pill. Can you know? And by that time, their folks are trying to get back to their house and they can't because they've been evacuated. So
Well, you need volunteers for ACART.
we need a bunch of them, and this year is really proving it. Right now, with the sand fire, with our staffing and our commitment to Amador County, is that if they call us up, today we don't have anybody going to the King Fire. I probably should start it that way. Tomorrow we may have 2 folks going, and 2 is about all we can send because of our lack of
resources.
You know, the lack of people that are part of ACART. Again, it goes back to you got to get a lot of folks. We're looking for a lot of volunteers. I'm looking at the camera, and I'm looking at you out there sitting there saying you should join us.
So what does volunteer do? What would that look like?
Volunteer for us, we go through a training session. We fall under FEMA and their guidelines, and so we do have a basic training on line and staff, and we don't step outside it because we don't need the chaos that went on in Katrina. It's the reason for the compartmentalizing every disaster is that it's much more efficient. It gets everything done. So there is some training there. We do have monthly trainings that we have, little short training periods. We'll go to Margie's, to Canine Cedar, or Cedar Canine, whatever. We'll go to Margie's and we'll go up there and we'll work with the dogs. We work with llamas. We work with sheep. We work with goats. We have people that allow us to come in and play with their animals so that we know what we're doing.
Horses, cows,
we do them all. There's no restriction. At the sand fire, we had chickens. We had a duck. You know, we had cats. We had dogs. We had horses. You know, I mean, you talk about the gambit of things that we had to manage and feed. and that's where it comes in.
So do the horses and the cattle go to the fairgrounds? Is
Yes.
That, yeah.
And the people, so some of the people that volunteer with you bring their trailers with them too, is that correct, for transport?
We don't, at this point, transport any animals. We would love to get large enough to have an official rescue group. Outfitting a rescue group is extremely expensive. We are a volunteer organization. We are self-funded. And my primary reason is one of our funding opportunities is coming up next Monday. But everything we do is on us, per se, on the organization and raising money. We do get some grants, very minuscule grants, but hey, we'll take anything, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, you better tell us about the fundraising event so we don't run out of time. It sounds like it's important.
Yeah, because we're looking at 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Our primary fundraiser is coming up this Monday at the Union End. It's one of our largest fundraisers.
Hold that.
Oh, he's got it up there on
the screen.
So it's coming up on Monday. We have a drawing. Well, let's take it back one step. When it says reservations, is you eat dinner there. Union Inn is going to kick back some money from what you spend to us.
Great.
We also supplement that with the drawing. And this year, we've got over $800 worth of drawing prizes that folks have donated to us.
That's great.
The feed barn's kicked in with some leather goods. Camp's Propane's kicked in with a barbecue. Heaters. I mean, we've got jewelry. No jewelry this year, but ceramic, artwork and stuff. Folks have given us a lot. And we do count on the money that's generated in these kind of events to go ahead and staff our trailer and fund our trailer. And in fact, we're trying to get a trailer. We currently have a trailer on loan from somebody. Been kind enough to loan it to us for 3 years so far. But
is the trailer for transport, or because you said earlier you don't transport animals?
No, the trailer is all of our supplies. And, we should get you out and you can do a little live shot of the trailer. But everything we need to primarily set up an evacuation center is in the trailer.
Okay.
We're about out of time, so give us your phone number again or contact information.
Okay. Amador animalresponse.org. Okay. We'll get you to our webpage. And that also links you to someone that we just signed up with, and you can actually buy Amador A-Cart merchandise.
Okay.
Good.
We're going to talk about that when we return. We have to take a break, and we'll be right back with our final segment.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.